Shalom everyone. Be'ez Hashem, today we'll talk about blessing after eating, which means Birkat Hamazon. There's a reason why I didn't write Birkat Hamazon. Some people are not familiar with the transliteration of Birkat Hamazon. So I'm looking at it as reciting Birkat Hamazon, blessing after eating. Now there's a lot of question that raises from this benching. Right? Benching on the bench.
Benching.
Sitting on a bench. So, and you know the note, the paper, I don't know, they call it bencher.
Yeah.
Bencher. Okay, so where do I have to say Birkat Hamazon? When I say Birkat Hamazon, meaning blessing after eating a big meal. Big meal means with, a large meal means with netilat yadayim, washing hands, and bread. You know. So it happens all the time that someone eats the sandwich or eats a big meal and he wants to do Birkat Hamazon, but he's not in the room anymore. He already started a ride to work or is in the bus. And we know that the place where you ate, there you should do Birkat Hamazon. So if you ate on this table, you're not supposed to do Birkat Hamazon in the living room or outside when they're barbecuing. It's some type of kvi'ut. Kvi'ut means you settled. It's a place you ate. You should go back and do Birkat Hamazon. So what if you're too far, or you have to go, or if I'm in the bus, I started at one point. Birkat Hamazon will be in another city, but it's not my starting point. What's going on with that? Birkat Hamazon, what's the source for Birkat Hamazon? These blessings. So just a reminder, Birkat Hamazon, it's from the Torah, from the writer, from the Torah. So it has a high significance. Meaning, for example, I'll tell you one of the differences between a rabbinical law, the Rabbanan, to laws from the Torah, is, for example, let's say someone he drank a lot of alcohol. He drank alcohol, beer, wine, vodka, Aranis 101. Did you try it?
Yeah, they told you to try it.
Right. It's arak. I'll make it home. So, yeah, you took few shots. You're lightheaded, and you took some more shots, and now you feel a little bit heavy. So the halacha says if you're drunk, you don't go to prayer. You're exempt. It's an issue. You should take all precautions and arrange that you be able to do tefillah. So by the way, in Purim, people do early mincha because we will get drunk. But Birkat Hamazon, it's still a must. Because one, it's a rabbinical law, which is the davening, the prayers. But Birkat Hamazon, blessing over the food, after, it's from the Torah. As it says, Ve'achalta, ve'savata, uverachta et Hashem Elokecha. You ate, you're full, you're satisfied, and then you bless Hashem, your God. You always remember, everything comes from Hashem. So we say the blessing before, and we're saying the blessing after. So, if someone eats a meal requiring him to recite Birkat Hamazon afterward, he must recite it in the same location where he has eaten. He must not leave that location until he recites Birkat Hamazon. It is permissible to move from one corner of the room to another, even if it is an enormous convention hall, and then cannot even see the exact spot where he had eaten his meal. So, for example, you ate at this corner, you can do Birkat Hamazon in that corner. You can do it by the door, still in the same room. Okay? It's best always to go back to your seat. It happens sometimes in event, bar mitzvah or chatuna, weddings, people switching chairs. You come back to your table, you see it's already taken. So the issue raises, and you should know it's not a problem. Sit where you're at and do Birkat Hamazon. Nonetheless, it's preferable at your seat. If there's a pressing reason requiring someone to move to another room, he may recite Birkat Hamazon in another room, but only if he can see the spot where he ate from the place where he sits to recite it. So as long as you have eye contact with that place, you're good. Now, the next halakha is something that many people are not aware of. It could be, I'll try to separate the two incidents. Okay, one is eating breakfast. Okay, with meat, with bread, he washed his hand, fine. He finished the food, put the dishes back, he washed that, everything good. He's supposed to go back to his seat in order to do Birkat Hamazon. Good. Then he looked at the clock and he says, wow, I'm not going to be able to make it. Whoa, it's too late. What's going on here? Where's my bag? Where's my suitcase? He runs to the car, he drives. After 15 minutes, remember, hey, I didn't do Birkat Hamazon. Does he have to go back? Second incident, same way. You look at the clock, he says, I have to go. His mother says, honey, you didn't do Birkat Hamazon. I don't have time. He's driving. One, it just happens to be, it's called Beshogeg. The second case is Bemezid, in purpose. So what happened? In both cases, he's not in the house anymore. There's a big difference between the two. If someone ate the meal and then purposely left the place without reciting Birkat Hamazon, intending to recite it elsewhere, he must return to the place where he ate and recite it there. So I'll do it at work when I get there. He must come. If he disregarded this halakha as well and recited Birkat Hamazon in another location, he has fulfilled the mitzvah and it is not necessary to return and recite it again. If someone ate a meal and then forgot to recite Birkat Hamazon and left, when he realized his mistake, he may recite it whenever he is. So the halacha force the one that left it purposely versus, right, the case where it was unintentionally.
But
if he
fulfill the mitzvah still?
Yes. Let me just finish. If he bothers to return to the place where he ate, the one that did unintentionally, right, and recite Birkat Hamazon there, he will receive a special blessing from heaven. Everything we do in life counts. Remember, we mentioned that a million times. The way we talk, the way we speak, the way we think, even the mimic, the movement of the face when we respond to someone. You know, you can speak Lashon Hara without speaking, just moving the nose, just moving the lips, without saying a word. You can insinuate, by signaling, insinuating.
It's a gesture.
Good. How is this guy? Can I do with him business? I didn't say anything.
Is he crazy?
Should I do business with this guy? Okay, thank you. I got it.
I understand.
Is this guy okay?
Yeah.
I didn't say anything, a word. But you get the message.
This is a meaning.
You can transgress the law of those of Lashon Hara by doing that.
It talks about that. You make a sign with your hands or your fingers or...
It's true. I didn't want to get into it, but just to get an idea of how the movement of the face or the fingers are important.
Mm-hmm.
We can really hurt someone just by doing this kind of thing. By the way, if you know that doing business with someone is bad, it's your obligation to warn your friend. There's no question about it.
It's not Lashon Hara.
Right. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שהכל נהיה בדברו.
Amen.
If someone ate food made of cooked or baked grains other than bread, and then mistakenly left the place where he ate without reciting the required blessing of me'en shalosh. So he ate cookies, cakes, he had croissant on the morning with coffee. There's no Birkat Hamazon required. It's only bracha me'en shalosh, the short version, right? He may recite the blessing whenever when he realized his mistake. It is not necessary to return to the place where he ate. If he purposely left the place where he ate without reciting the blessing, the halacha requires him to return and recite it where he had eaten. I would like to hear from you why the halacha is so strict about someone that purposely leave and is careless about the bracha after, the Birkat Hamazon. Why do you think the halacha requires him to come all the way back?
Because of the respect that the Birkat Hamazon should receive?
Respect. Okay. What about me'en shalosh, the blessing over the cookies and cakes? It's not from the Torah, huh?
So that he won't do it again. Because now we have to come back.
Right?
He remembers.
Exactly. You're both right. When the halacha make you come all the way back, the next time we do, oh my God, last time I had to come back. Honey, give me 5 minutes. And he will arrange his time accordingly because he knows that Birkat Hamazon is vital. By the way, if you want a segula, a merit, for a good parnasa, that you'll never have lack of parnasa. You will always have money to pay the bill. You will always have extra money for saving. Some even says it's a merit to be rich. Is to do one simple thing. And believe me, it costs zero. To do Birkat Hamazon. Remember we mentioned that? I read it to you this time. To do Birkat Hamazon word by word. Slowly from a bencher, trying to understand the word he's reading. Amen. I think I got it here. Let me read this to you. Okay. I'm just reminding you, it's a great segula. This is from the Kabbalah. One should recite Birkat Hamazon with great joy, as if one has just received a precious gift. In reward for this attitude, God will open His treasure trove of goodness, and one will be assured of plentiful livelihood at all times. Doing what? Reading Birkat Hamazon. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Has a word by word. It takes time. People usually normally have their he's signaling everyone. Wait. What is this? You do Birkat Hamazon, maybe. You're skipping word, don't even know what you're saying, you're headed elsewhere. No beracha there. There's a beracha, but there's no blessing, special blessing for that. You want that your livelihood will always see. This is something that's so easy to do. It would take you an extra 3 minutes over someone else that do it quickly. But with that, you're showing appreciation to Hashem. I know everything comes from you. The blessing is from you. The food that I ate is from you. Hashem said, I'll give you abundant. I'll give you more. Most people think, listen, I work for my food. I pay it for my own money. I make this money. It's a big mistake. Everything comes from Hashem, even the money you thought you made by yourself. Unfortunately, some people eating stolen food. How is it stolen food? I got my salary, either don't pay or they cheat their customers, and with this money that they cheat, they buy food. And on Shabbat, they're making beracha over challah bread. Baruch borei minim amotzi lechem min haaretz. It's stolen. You're cheating. The whole week you cheated your customer. You lied to them. And with this money you buy this food. It's just stolen food. Hashem doesn't want your tefillah. Hashem doesn't want your baracha. And you get only curses and no blessings. One of the three questions that one is being asked when his neshama leaves this world is, how did you mingle? How did you do business with people? How did you coordinate with people? Were you honest or you're a liar? When someone is honest, Hashem, I do my share, you'll do your part. But someone that's cheating, he says that without the cheating, I won't make money. So it's like saying, Hashem, you don't control the world. Beside the fact that it says you should not lie, you should not steal, and all the other Torah laws that you are breaking. Okay? It's showing trust in Hashem. Someone that has no trust has always worries in life. You know that? You know what's the Hebrew word for worries? Is de'aga. Doeg, da'aga. Look, and what's the words for trusting Hashem? Is bitachon. When you trust Hashem, is bitachon. When you worry, it's called de'aga. If you look at the letters, by the way, you see that the letters of de'aga, worries, are very close to each other. Aleph, Gimel, Daled, Hey. There's one letter missing there. It's bet. Bet for bitachon. When you have no bet, no bitachon, you have worries. You have de'aga. When someone trusts Hashem with all of his heart, 100%, he has zero worrying, no anxiety, no fear from anything in this world. Whatever happens because Hashem wanted. I wanted one thing, Hashem wanted differently. Todah Rabba Hashem for letting me try. The more you trust Hashem, the less worries you'll have in this world. So, we said that this is a merit for it's likely to become wealthy and so forth and so on. We mentioned that before already. Doing what? Just say Birkat Hamazon from a bencher. Or from a Siddur, whatever you have. Okay? Now, I ate figs, grapes. I don't know, pomegranates from the 7 species. Yeah. I left the room, I'm driving, I walked out of the house, and then remember I didn't do the beracha after. What should I do? After eating any type of fruit, even if the fruits among of the 7 species, the halacha does not require one to recite the beracha achrona in the same place where one ate the fruit. This is certainly the true after eating other type of food. Like candies or your drinks, you have your soda, you have... Okay. Now, what would you say would be the minimum amount to become obligated to do Birkat Hamazon? Like a side of an egg, you're saying? What is it? Kazait is like a half an egg. Yeah. This is half an egg. It's a 26 gram versus 56 grams.
We learned this from the Pesach.
Okay. So, please write it down. This is one of the most common and important halacha that many people don't know. When you read that, you'll know that you're now obligated. You don't have to eat too much. Some people say, Rabbi, I'm full. I can't have a meal. 3rd meal on Shabbat, I'm full. Just eat a little bit. You'll fill the mitzvah. Once someone eats kazait zait means olive. Kazait is like olive, right? He becomes obligated to recite Birkat Hamazon. He must eat the entire kazait within the time span of kedei achilat peras, which is around 7.5 minutes. So if you take a little bit and you take a little small bite, it's not considered as there's no writing bites. My phone has laugh of his photos. Okay. If someone takes longer than... No, my phone has a life of its own. It's turning itself on and trying to find what kazait means. I didn't even touch it. If someone takes longer than this to eat kazait, size of an olive, he is not obligated to recite Birkat Hamazon, not by the Torah nor by our sages. If someone eats kazait only, but he does not yet feel full, he is obligated by our sages to recite Birkat Hamazon, but not by the Torah. The Torah obligates one to recite Birkat Hamazon only after one has eaten enough to feel full. As the verse states, you will eat and become full, and you will bless God. So, bottom line, אין חנוכת בית? זה בטח מחר, לא? You eat kazait, it's a very small amount, the size of an egg, of bread. You sit down, you have to wash your hand, you eat it, and you do the beracha after. Okay? Birkat Hamazon. That's the minimum quantity. By the Torah, you have to be full of it. Because it says, ve'achalta ve'savata. You will eat and become full. But I'm not full even if I ate a small sandwich. I'm not full. So Torah doesn't obligate. But our sages have determined a certain amount, so people won't argue. Hey, for me, I have to have a whole bagel. For you, I have the whole cross. This is a minimum, and there is no maximum. Okay, this is a minimum, so everybody knows when they are obligated to do Birkat Hamazon. What if I'm on my desk after finishing a meal, starting to learn, reading, doing something else, doesn't matter, and then I says, hold on. Did I do Birkat Hamazon or not?
If you don't remember.
Now question raises. You don't remember?
Yeah.
Did I do Birkat Hamazon or not? Are we obligated? For example, now I take this card and says, did I do Shakol Niya Bidvaro? Now you here, did I do Birkat Shakol Niya Bidvaro?
Yes.
You're here to remind me.
Right.
You noticed that. Let's say I forgot. What should I do? I can't drink without saying bracha. But what if I already did? The halacha says you don't do it because it's a rabbinical law. By things that comes from the Torah, laws comes from the Torah, it's a must. If you have question in your mind, if you did Birkat Hamazon, you have to do it. Laws that come directly from Torah has higher level than a rabbinical law. Not to take any power from the rabbinical laws, but we treat it differently. In a sense,
But it's a positive mitzvah.
it's a mitzvah to do.
Yeah.
Everyone will be asked by Hashem anytime you miss beracha, anytime you miss a mitzvah. Why? When the neshama goes to Shamayim, open Sefer Bereshit, Genesis, Bereshit bara Elokim et hashamayim ve'et haaretz, come, let's see. Did you do this? Okay, what about this one? And what about this one? And this and that. Ooh, hey, I don't know, I forgot, I didn't know, didn't tell me, all the excuses, nothing's going to work. Yeah, this is our obligation to learn the halachot and do them, no excuses. You want to have a good seat in Gan Eden, you have to work for it, you need to earn it. Okay, I'm going to skip. I'm going to do only the... Okay, the next one is... And we do this halacha... what time is it?
9 you're there. 9:14.
9:13? Okay, well, let's halacha for today. Till what time or how long after finishing a meal I'm still obligated to do Birkat Hamazon? What if I remember 2 hours later? What if it's 5 hours later? I finished by 8. Now it's almost lunchtime, 1 o'clock. Hey, I didn't do Birkat Hamazon. 4 hours ago, 5 hours ago. Is it too late?
Yes.
This is different. If you still feel full,
Oh. After someone ate a meal and satisfied his hunger, he may recite Birkat HaMazon as long as he has not yet digested the food he ate, which means he's still full. Which means as long as he does not become hungry once more. But if 6 hours have passed since he finished eating, he may no longer recite it, even if he does not feel hungry. Simple?
Because they
One
have to do
sign,
with
hunger.
meat.
Second sign, second thing is 6 hours, the limit. Which means within the 6 minutes, 6 hours, I'm sorry.
Yeah. You
6
learn
hours.
this from the between meat and dairy.
Okay? It's a times of equal, yeah,
Yeah.
you can say that. Once someone feels hungry again, it is no longer possible to recite Birkat HaMazon for his latest meal, even though the food he ate has not been digested entirely. The halacha views it as if it was digested. Be'ezrat Hashem, next week we will talk about the time limit for ברכה אחרונה, ברכה after, not ברכת המזון. The main שלוש or the בורא נפשות. We see there the time limit. Any questions?
my wife asked, like, before we say the Hanson, should be bread on the table or not? Should it be thin, not thin?
Okay. Halachically, there is no requirement for any leftover. But by the Kabbalah, the Baal Shem Tov states that when you have food on the table, he said actually you should leave food on the table because you're doing a tikkun. You're rectifying neshamot, souls that are still in this food, and you are there with your birkat hamazon, your beracha, you're releasing this neshamot. So in many houses, they don't clear the table. I mean, just plates and other stuff, but they're leaving the table and the bread and the crumbs. When you finish, take the map, the tablecloth, and clear the table. But it's always best. There's another reason why you always leave some food. If someone hungry will come knock on your door, you have something to feed him. Okay? Always leave something. Third reason is beracha can dwell and sit on something, not on nothing. How do we know that? We learned that from Elisha the prophet, that he blesses the woman with the oil, and he asks her, "There's something left over?" She said, "A tiny bit, bring it." Because if she would say, "I have nothing," she will get nothing. Another tip on this note: if someone asks me anything, do you have this? Yes, we have. Don't ever say, I don't have. This is not a good mazal. I tell you a story from my grandmother in Israel. May Hashem bless her with good health.
Amen.
When you come to her, and I remember as a child, holidays, Savta, do we have meat? Now she made only red meat, but she made, let's say for the meal, always she made chicken. So barbecue, we have some shipudin, some shawarma. She will never say no. We have. Sit down. Now she give you a bread, she give you salad, she give you soup, she give you this, she give you this. And then you always at 90% full. And then she give you the chicken, and then says, anything else? No, I'm good. She would do all that, so we never have to say, I don't have. Sit down, we have everything. She said, yes, shakol, chef. Safta, do we have Nescafe? Yeah, we have. Yeah. She doesn't have. I know she doesn't have. Doesn't care. Sit down. She give you in the meantime tea and cookie and this and that. You forget about the coffee you asked. Done deal. It's wisdom. And she learned that from her mother and her mother all the way to Moshe Rabbeinu. It's wisdom. Never say, I don't have. It's not good for you. every word we're saying, an angel takes it and he wants to do with it something. Don't have? I'll make it you don't have now. I have something else. I don't lie. And I have. I don't want to say I don't have. Everything you buy during the week says for Shabbat. Remember we learned that? With intention, with the amount, let's say the cucumber amount you're buying is also for Shabbat. If you enjoy from it during the week, it's a beracha. Hashem will bring the money back. See the power of speech. What we're saying with intention, with good intention, Hashem will put blessing on it. Yes. Always says, I have, I'm healthy, I'm good, I'm happy. How do you feel? I don't know, I feel sick, I'm sick. No, Baruch Hashem, I'm good. Be positive. We can create, we're saying creating reality, we can create words. Be positive about things, the blessing will come down to you. If you close the mazal, blessing cannot come down on you. On behalf of Ohev Israel Foundation, I want to thank the Medina family for hosting the shiur. God bless you with all the brachot in the Torah. Amen. Please go to our website, ohevisrael.org, and give us support with everything you can. I want to bless you to be safe out there. May Hashem bless His whole community, the community of Israel, and all those who support us. Amen. To be safe from any corona, any plague, any bad things out there. Hashem will keep us safe, good and healthy. Amen. We'll be right back. We're right back in